as part of a demonstration of state capabilities to respond to crises and disasters. The review and simulation of crisis management system come as Egypt formally brings into operation of the Armed Forces Strategic Command headquarters in the new capital, a vast command and control complex that President Sisi inaugurated on Saturday. And to shed more light on this issue, I'm honored to be joined over the phone by Major General Mohamed Al-Shahawy, former Chief of Staff of Chemical Warfare, member of the Egyptian Council of Foreign Affairs. Good morning, Major General.
Good morning, Ms. Basma.
Thank you so much indeed for joining us on Nile TV International. And I would like, Major General, to know more from you about the significance of this event and also the strategic message that Egypt is sending to the entire world by choosing this exact time to launch the largest ever strategic command center.
First, it is such an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to be with you in this program, Breakfast Show. And without further ado, we know that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, yesterday witnessed a review of capabilities of state agencies in confronting crises and disaster. And this came as part of the activities of the inaugurations of the State Strategic Command headquarters in the new capital. A lot of equipment based in front of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. And we know the headquarters acts as a unified command and coordination center. It connected the Minister of Defense, Interior, Health, Electricity, etc., and all governorates in one operation. The goal is to unify decision-making and reduce responsible time so that the armed forces, civil protection, ambulance service, and the other agencies can move simultaneously according to one integrated plan. At this time, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi gave a speech, and it has a key message of President Sisi during the review of the state's capabilities to confront crisis disaster. The first and the most important one is state readiness, which was presented is only a small part of the state's real capabilities. And the Strategic Command Center is a new entity for managing, coordinating all state agencies and governorates during times of crisis. But the most important message is continuous training, so we must conduct crisis simulations twice a year so that the response is not random. And also, in addition to that, he added the role of citizens through raising awareness in schools, universities, mosques, churches, etc., is essential to deal with any crisis. Why? Because when awareness rises, rumors and fourth and fifth generation fail. And when knowledge rises, technology and industry advance. And when training and work advances, this helps us to confront any crisis that happens in any time. And we know that we have a proactiveness. This command center, strategic command center, has a characteristic called proactiveness. That is to say, the state has to anticipate the crisis before it happens so that it lessen any casualties or any someone can harm or hurt in the crisis.
Yes, Major General, how do you see the role of the Strategic Command Headquarters, its role in reducing economic fallout of crises and also disasters?
I want to say the octagon, the Egyptian octagon, it's described as the first of its kind in Egypt and Middle East, and one of only 3 such centers worldwide, including the United States, and the third one is in China. For that reason, the facility that hit octagon, Egyptian octagon, is fortified against nuclear, cyber, fourth and fifth generation warfare threats. It also includes strategic crisis management center to collect, analyze, and store data from all institutions. And we know that this complex, this octagon, is spanning on 22,000 acres and consists of 13 zones, and each core has 6 strategic centers, like Unified Strategic Data Center, Strategic Network Control Center.
Yes.
In addition to that, Communication Network Control Center,
Yes.
and the most important one is Emergency and the Safety Center and
Yes.
Meteorological Center. In
Yes.
addition to that, the Ministry of Defense headquarters and the main command centers, the main A. For that reason, we describe the octagon. And
Yes,
the
Major
meaning
General.
of octagon, it means what we call about octagonal architectural design.
Yes, Major General Mohamed Shahawy, former Chief of Staff of Chemical Warfare, member of the Egyptian Council of Foreign Affairs, thank you so much, sir, for joining us on Nile TV International. And back to our news. As also we read from Al-Ahram Online, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi hailed Egypt's national football team on Tuesday following its historic FIFA World Cup campaign, thanking the players for their performance despite a dramatic 3-2 defeat to defending champions Argentina in the round of 16. In a post on his official social media accounts, President Sisi thanked the team for achieving an unprecedented milestone in Egyptian football history. He said that, "I thank the heroes of Egypt's national football team for their honorable performance and for achieving an unprecedented accomplishment in the history of Egyptian football." And the president wrote, "We are proud of you and your achievements, and God willing, the future will be even better. Egypt have produced disciplined and confident performances throughout the 4 matches and will look to maintain that level against the tournament favorites." And also, we read Egypt's World Cup campaign ended in heartbreaking fashion on Tuesday as they squandered 2-goal lead to lose 3-2 to defending champions Argentina in the last 16 at Atlanta Stadium. Egypt led 2-0 until the 79th minute before Argentina scored 3 times in the final 11 minutes to complete a stunning comeback and book their place in the quarterfinals. Defender Yasser Ibrahim opened the scoring in the 15th minute before Mustafa Ziko Abdulraouf doubled Egypt's advantage in the 67th. Christian Romero pulled one back in the 79th minute, and Lionel Messi leveled 5 minutes later, and Enzo Fernandez struck deep into stoppage time to seal a half-full victory for Argentina. Egypt made a bright start and matched the defending champions for the opening whistle, and they were rewarded in the 15th minute when Al Ahly defender Yasser Ibrahim rose to meet a pinpoint cross from Marwan Atiyah and headed past the goalkeeper. And from Al Ahram Online, we read Egypt coach Hussam Hassan said the Egyptian team was treated unfairly and suffered an injustice in the wake of the team 3-2 loss to Argentina in a round of 16 match in Atlanta on Tuesday. Egypt held 2-0 lead until Argentina Cristian Romero scored in the 79th minute. Lionel Messi tied it 4 minutes later, and Enzo Fernandez scored the game winner 2 minutes into stoppage time. However, Hassan took issue with referee on several accounts. Egypt had a goal that had initially for them of 2-0, but it was disallowed following a VAR review. Hassan said that he's not convinced with this outcome. And moving to Al Ahram Online, where we read Syrian authorities said 18 people were wounded by 2 blasts in central Damascus on Tuesday near the hotel where France's president spent the night with the Elysee Palace, saying his visit is ongoing. The blasts came moments before seeing state television announce Emmanuel Macron's arrival at the presidential palace to meet his counterpart Ahmed al-Shara. The French president is the first Western leader to visit Syria since the fall of longtime ruler Bashar al-Assad in 2024. And moving to Al Jumhuriyya news, where we read some economic news. Stock markets traded mixed on Tuesday as investors tracked concern over AI sector outlook, while oil prices climbed after 2 tankers were tagged near the Strait of Hormuz. Seoul once again led losses in Asia stocks as Samsung share price tumbled despite South Korean chip giant eye-watering rise in profit, stocking fears that the record-breaking AI-fueled rally may have reached the end of the road. Also, Seoul Kospi Index finished down nearly 5%, and the tech have Nasdaq Composite shed 0.6%. The S&P 500 dipped, while the blue chip Dow added 0.3%. And moving to The Guardian, where we read, in Spain, the hot or record wildfires in Europe show failure to adapt Cadiz mountain coast. In Spain, the hot start to the summer was preceded by a rain-heavy winter and spring that helped plants grow, and also a freak heat wave hit Western Europe in late May, followed by an even more punishing one at the end of June. The extra dried up fast, also climate breakdown, can worsen weather extremes in unexpected ways. And by that we come to the end of our daily press insights, and stay tuned for more on Nile TV International and our show Good Morning Egypt.